Hello, I'm Sophia, one of the docents from the Fresno Flats Museum. I'm here today to introduce you to the lovely home behind me, the Laramore Lyman House, also known as the Yellow House. It got this name because it originally was white, but then was painted yellow with the paint from the crews boarding there while working on Highway 41. The home was built as early as 1864 and was lived in for nearly 100 years. It was moved here in 1975. The Laramores were the first people to live here, and the last people to live here were the Lymans.
Thing that went before, I would like to say just a couple of words about the construction of the house. It was constructed in 1864, according to the information given to me, and the Mr. Laramore, who built the house, worked for the Socal Mill, and he was foreman of the flume that ran from Socal to Madera. So he built his home on China Creek near the flume of yellow pine, sugar pine. The construction is unique. There are no conventional studs in the house at all. It is built of vertical 1x12s and batt over 4x4 framing, and the corners of the wood walls are held together with hand-hewn ash pegs, no nails. In the moving of the house and everything, with this very durable and wonderful construction, we had a good framework to work on. We had a lot of work to do, but we had a good solid base to work with. The brick in the chimney was made over on the original lot from native materials, and was rebuilt when we got the house built.
As you just heard from that audio clip, this house was moved here from the corner of Road 426 and Schoolhouse Road. It had an unusual construction using 1x13 boards, running vertically for 2 stories, and then covered with shiplap siding. These were obtained at bargain prices from the Madera Lumber Mill, which went bankrupt after the drought of 1877. What's really interesting is that there are no studs holding up this house. Now, Mr. Laramore ran a general store. He was also a blacksmith and a gunsmith, while his wife, Mrs. Laramore, was a librarian. They lived in this home for quite some time, before moving to Madera in 1876. As I said earlier, the last people to live here were the Lymans. This house was sold to Ralph L. Lyman in 1911. He bought it for his mother Alice as his summer home. Alice's daughter Marjorie inherited the house in 1937. She arranged extensive remodeling, including wiring the home when electricity came to Oakhurst in 1942. She lived in the home for many years. It was reported that Mrs. Lyman carried around a cane that carried alcohol in it. We believe this may be the same very cane as it was found in the house. In 1873, her heir sold the house to Dr. and Mrs. H. Baxter then donated to the Sierra Historic Sites Association. In 1975, the house was moved from its original location at the junction of Roads 426 and Road 427. It used to be the center of Fresno Flats, and then was moved to Fresno Flats Historical Park, where it was restored to its original 1870s splendor. And this is all I have for you at the very moment. Come and check out the Fresno Flats Museum and learn more about the amazing history of Oakhurst. Goodbye!